The fluorescent lights of Hanseong Corporation's 14th floor had become a weekly beacon. What started as 5 awkward office workers huddled in Conference Room B, now permanently booked under ongoing team synergy sessions, had snowballed in a way no one anticipated. It began innocently enough. After the second meeting, Ji-yoon couldn't help bragging, just a little, to her friend in sales, Eun-bi, over lunch. "You wouldn't believe how much confidence a little practice builds," she'd said, vague enough to avoid details, but intriguing enough to spark curiosity. Eun-bi, 28 and perpetually single after a string of bad blind dates, had pressed for more. Ji-yoon slipped her a cryptic note. Thursday, 8 p.m., Annex. First rule? Don't talk about it. Eun-bi showed up the third week, nervous but determined. She kissed Tae-hoon first, clumsy, giggly, and left declaring it life-changing. Word spread like ink in water. By the fourth week, the group had doubled. Marketing's intern duo, finance's quiet twins who never spoke above a whisper, even the facilities guy who fixed the copier everyone hated. They came because someone whispered, "There's this thing, no judgment, just practice." Ji-yoon instituted new protocols. The annex was too small now. They moved to the unused training room on the 16th floor, larger, with movable partitions, a projector screen they never used, and better soundproofing. Someone, probably Hyun-woo, taped black paper over the door window and labeled it Reserved, Confidential Workshop. Attendance hit 20 by week 6, then 30, then hovered around 40 on good nights. The original 5 became the Core 5, self-appointed moderators. Ji-yoon ran the rules with military precision. Minji handled the anonymous sign-up sheet, Google Form, burner accounts only. Tae-hoon managed snacks and mood lighting, string lights, essential oil diffuser with calming lavender. Soo-jin curated the playlist, lo-fi to R&B slow jams, nothing too explicit. Hyun-woo quietly handled tech, Bluetooth speakers, a white noise machine to mask voices, and a rotating schedule so no one department dominated the signups. New rules emerged organically. Fourth rule: no repeats with the same person more than twice per night, to prevent cliques and jealousy. Fifth rule: levels for progression. Level 1, pecks and light lip locks. Level 2, French kissing. Level 3, hands on waist/shoulders/neck, no lower. Level 4, seated or standing makeouts with moderate touching. Anything beyond required unanimous Core 5 approval and private consent. The energy shifted from nervous giggles to something electric. Faces flushed not just from embarrassment, but anticipation. Conversations in the break room became coded. Busy Thursday? Yeah, workshop. Eyes met across cubicles with knowing smiles. Minji noticed the change in herself first. She no longer flinched when someone brushed past her in the hallway. She held eye contact longer. At her desk, she caught herself tracing her lower lip during meetings, remembering the feel of different mouths, some tentative, some bold, some surprisingly skilled despite claims of inexperience. Hyun-woo changed too. The quiet IT guy now carried himself with quiet confidence. He still wore the same dark button-ups, but he rolled the sleeves higher, and more than one person lingered when asking for password resets. One Thursday, the room was packed, 42 people, standing room only until they dragged in extra chairs from storage. Ji-yoon stood on a table for announcements. "Welcome to Kiss Club. Record attendance tonight. Remember the rules. First-timers, you kiss. Everyone else, rotate every 10 minutes. Bell rings, move on. No hogging, no drama. If you feel overwhelmed, say banana and step to the quiet corner. We have water, mints, chapstick. Let's keep it safe, fun, and secret." The bell, a cheap kitchen timer, rang. Chaos ensued, in the best way. Pairs formed quickly. Some stuck to corners for privacy. Others stayed in the open space, laughing as they bumped into each other. The air smelled of mint, perfume, cologne, and nervous sweat. Minji rotated through faces she only knew from elevator small talk. A guy from legal was surprisingly gentle. A woman from design kissed like she was painting, deliberate strokes, teasing pauses. Each encounter left her a little bolder. Then the bell rang, and Hyun-woo stood in front of her. They hadn't paired in weeks, too obvious, too risky with the crowd, but tonight the rotation gods favored them. "Hey," he said, voice low amid the murmur. "Hey." No preamble. He cupped her face like it was habit now. Their lips met, familiar, hungry. Tongues brushed immediately. His hand slid to her waist, hers gripped his shirt. The kiss stretched longer than 10 minutes should allow. Around them, people politely pretended not to notice. When the bell rang, they broke apart, slowly, both breathing hard. "Still the best," he murmured. She smiled against his mouth. "You're biased." "Guilty." They separated reluctantly. Later, in the cool-down period, people sitting in circles, sharing anonymous feedback on note cards, June pulled the core five aside. "We're getting too big," she whispered. "Security cameras in the hall caught a group entering last week. Maintenance asked why we're redecorating every Thursday." Taehoon frowned. "We can't stop now. People need this." Sujin bit her lip. "Some are starting to date? Outside the club, quietly. Is that allowed?" Minji glanced at Hyunwoo. He met her eyes, steady. June sighed. "We add a rule. Club activities stay in club. What happens outside is your business, as long as it doesn't leak back and jeopardize everyone." Hyunwoo spoke quietly. "And we cap at 50. Waitlist, vetting process, referral only." Agreement rippled through them. As the night wound down, people filtered out in staggered groups, some via stairs, some pretending to work late in other departments. Minji and Hyunwoo left last, turning off lights, folding chairs. In the dark hallway, he caught her wrist. "Walk you to the station?" She nodded. They walked in silence for 2 blocks. Streetlights buzzed overhead. At the crosswalk, he stopped. "I've been thinking," he said, "about us, outside the club." Her heart stuttered. "Yeah? I don't want to rotate anymore. Not with you." She looked up at him, really looked. The man who'd once been too shy to make eye contact now held hers without flinching. "Me neither," she admitted. He smiled, small, real. Then he kissed her. Not club style, not practiced. Just them, under a flickering street lamp. No rules, no timer. When they pulled back, she laughed breathlessly. "We broke like 3 rules." "Worth it." The bus approached. "See you tomorrow," he said, "at work." "And Thursday," she added. He squeezed her hand. Always Thursday. As the bus doors closed behind her, Minji touched her lips. Kiss Club had started as a desperate bid for experience. Now it was something bigger, a secret world beneath the fluorescent corporate grind, where dozens of strangers became less alone, less afraid. And somewhere in the middle of it all, 2 people had stopped pretending it was just practice.